Hey guys, JC the Sniper here again, and I have another little video, this time on holsters. I've talked a little bit about holsters in the past, done a review of this Uncle Mike's, and also of my my Phobos paddle holster, and I've talked a little bit about this homemade holster I have. Today I'm going to be talking about a company which makes holsters which I think are good quality, and one of these holsters in particular that we happen to have. So get right into it here. First, safety check these pistols. Of course, this is my Glock 19. This is my carry gun. It is loaded. Not anymore, of course. And this one's not loaded. No magazine. Empty chamber. So anyway, safety check both those guns. If you've seen my video on this Uncle Mike's holster, you know that I think it has some design flaws. This is designed to fit pistols around the size of the Glock 19. Of course, it's kind of a one-size-fit-all, so I modified it a little bit here, stitching it in to make it tighter. But if you watched my video, you know that I don't like the way this holster fits because of the way the belt goes on it. If you place your belt in this clip like you're supposed to, and it comes in here, your belt is crossing the firearm extremely low down on the weapon. Right there. I mean, if you look at that, this is the base of the trigger guard right here. So we're crossing from the base of the trigger guard like this. So that's all the gun we've got that's actually down below our pants being held securely. And the rest of this is just up top flopping around. And I don't care for that. I think it's a terrible design because it's just not secure when you just have that much of the gun in there and this is all flopping around. Also, because it's so high above your pants, this part is sticking out on your side and it just makes it a whole lot more noticeable. Whereas if it rides lower, it's just a whole lot less noticeable down the closer it is to your pant line. At least that's what I find for me. Your mileage may vary, but I think most people are probably going to find that to be the case. So I built my own holster because I didn't want to pay 70 or 80 bucks for you know, something real fancy. And this has worked out real well for me. It's formed quite nicely to the weapon. You know, you can see here it's, you know, it's accepting the form of my weapon quite well, and you know, it's pretty tight, holds in there well, has good retention. You can see I can hang it from the holster, and I can do that with a loaded magazine in there and it stays in. So because of the way I've designed this, it retains pretty well. It's a nice holster, and since the last time it's been on camera, I've even shortened this a little bit to drop it even further in my waistband. So if we were to put a belt in this holster, you can see that the belt crosses here like that. So in this holster, the belt is crossing at the top or close to your hand where the trigger guard would be. Like almost at the handles where the belt is crossing. And it's just a whole lot more secure because all of this of the gun is in your pants. And it's just belted down real tight to your side, and it rides a whole lot nicer in there, and I find that it conceals a lot better. And in my state and the states that I frequent, printing or even printing's not an issue legally, and you can legally open carry in my state and the neighboring states that I frequent. So I'm not too worried legally about the gun printing. However, it can freak people out, and you know how that is. I just don't like to have the gun showing. And also, it will make you a target if there is a criminal who intends to harm people. And if they see your gun on your side, it will make you a target. Now, if everyone did it, it wouldn't be a problem, because if a criminal comes in and they see 5 people with guns, they're probably not going to rob the place. So that'd be cool, but since it's not the case, I like pretty deep concealment. So anyway, this rides really low in my pants because of course I made it and I designed it that way. and it works out pretty well for me. So this Makarov holster follows a lot of those principles that I like in a concealment holster. First of all, it's got this metal clip here. It's easy on, easy off, which is cool. You just slide it right over your belt, and it's a low profile clip, which works well. It's good and tight, and it holds the Makarov in fairly securely. Originally this did come up all the way over the weapon, which would be against your side. However, the owner didn't like that, so he trimmed it down to make it a little bit easier to get a combat grip on the weapon, because it did originally cover this part of the weapon. So this makes it a little bit easier to get a combat grip, but it also exposes you to this, and it makes it a little bit rougher, doesn't protect the gun as much. So, you know, it's a decision you have to make if you bought this, but it does come up here originally. So anyway, this holster, as you can see, if you put your belt in here, it rides even deeper than my homemade one for my Glock. The belt on this is going to go even over part of the handle. It's going to ride real deep, and I think that's good. Good concealment with this holster because of how it rides. It's a cantless design. It's straight up and down carry. You may or may not like that. However, you can tilt the pistol and belt it down tight enough that it doesn't move, so it'll stay at the cant you put it at. But you know, you may or may not be a fan of that, and it's not adjustable. However, it rides low in there and it's easy to conceal, so if you sacrifice a little bit of speed with the, you know, the straight up and down zero cant, you know, at least it's concealed well. So, you know, kind of a little bit of a decision there. And this holster is very well constructed. As you can see, this is a pretty thick cowhide, and it's very stiff. It doesn't have a reinforced mouth. However, the mouth is stiff enough that I don't think you need it. I mean, you can squeeze on that pretty hard. If that's in your pants, even if you've belted it down pretty tight, you're still going to be able to shove the muzzle of the gun back in there. So that's not an issue. And the stitching is, well, you can't really see it in the camera, but it's double stitched at the stress points. So at the ends, it's double stitched here, and it's double stitched here where there's stress on it. Just single stitched in the middle, but it's good strong thread, and it's like a real thick waxed thread, which is kind of the same thing I used on my own holster, which I'm a big fan of, and it's very sturdy. I've never had a problem with it giving out on me, that type of thread anyway. And then on the back, metal clip, like I said, significantly better than the plastic clip on this Uncle Mike's holster. Of course, this is a $15 holster. But you can pick up one of these holsters for about $30. And the company that makes these, I believe, I think you pronounce the name Shado. It's spelled S-H-A-D-O. S-H-A-D-O. And they, these are made in South Africa, apparently. So it's pretty cool. And for a all-leather concealment holster inside the waistband style, $30-some is nothing. I know you guys, if you've ever looked at a Galco holster or something like that, you can pay an arm and a leg for those things. So $30 I think is a real good deal for one of these. And they come in a variety of styles for Glocks, Makarovs, all kinds of stuff, 1911s, so a good wide range. And they have a whole range of holsters, so not just this style of holster. So you can go to shado.com, you can see their logo there, and it's shado.com, and they've got these for sale on there for pretty cheap. So anyway, I think this is a good value for a good concealment holster. Holds up well, good sturdy construction, thick leather, and it rides deep inside your waistband, which is something that I'm a big fan of. So anyway, Shado inside the waistband clip-in concealment holster. JC the Sniper signing off.